Good evening. Today is July 15th, 2025, and we're in the midst of the most serious trade dispute between the United States and Canada in modern history. It all began in March, when the US slapped a 25% tariff on all imported steel and aluminum, including from Canada. By June, that tariff doubled to 50%, making it nearly impossible for Canadian companies to compete in the US market. Canada hit back, imposing tariffs on $30 billion worth of American goods. The US cited trade imbalances and Canada's dairy protections, even linking the dispute to the fentanyl crisis, claims hotly contested by both sides. Tensions soared, turning a trade disagreement into a political standoff. Now, President Trump has announced a sweeping 35% tariff on a wide range of Canadian goods, set to take effect August 1st. This isn't just about steel anymore. Everything from cars to groceries is at stake. The looming deadline has both governments scrambling for a solution. The pressure is on to resolve this before the economic damage deepens. The next few weeks will determine the future of trade and jobs on both sides of the border. Tariffs aren't just political tools. They hit home. When the US taxes Canadian steel, American companies pay more, and those costs trickle down to consumers. The same happens in Canada. Tariffs on US goods mean higher prices for families. Everyday items, ketchup, lawnmowers, even groceries, suddenly cost more. For businesses, it's worse. Canadian companies selling to the US face plummeting sales, leading to layoffs and wage freezes. Job losses ripple through communities, hurting local shops and services. The pain spreads far beyond factories, affecting entire towns. Trade wars create a chain reaction: higher prices, lost jobs, and economic uncertainty. It's not just theory, it's real people, real paychecks, and real consequences. That's why this dispute matters to every household. Nowhere is the US-Canada connection clearer than in the auto industry. Car parts cross the border multiple times before assembly, an integrated supply chain that keeps both economies humming. Tariffs on steel and aluminum have thrown this system into chaos, raising costs and threatening jobs. Automakers face a tough choice: absorb losses or raise car prices for consumers. Nissan has already suspended production of some models for Canada, citing the tariffs. When one factory slows, dozens of suppliers and thousands of workers are affected on both sides. A trade war meant to protect jobs can end up destroying them everywhere. Our economies are deeply linked. Solving this crisis requires cooperation, not confrontation. The world is watching this US-Canada trade war. Other countries fear a global shift from cooperation to confrontation, as the US uses tariffs as leverage with allies worldwide. Unpredictable trade policies make it risky for international businesses to invest or expand. Europe and Japan face similar dilemmas: retaliate, negotiate, or stand down. The outcome here could set a precedent for global trade disputes. Will tariffs become the new normal, or will open trade prevail? The stakes go far beyond North America. How we resolve this will echo around the world. All eyes are on August 1st, the day sweeping new US tariffs on Canadian goods could hit. Negotiators are racing to reach a deal and avoid economic disaster. Without an agreement, Canadian exports will suffer, jobs will be lost, and prices will rise on both sides of the border. The stakes are personal: factory workers, farmers, and families everywhere will feel the impact. A deal could restore stability and set a new foundation for US-Canada trade. This is more than a policy fight, it's about people's livelihoods and the future of a historic partnership. The world is watching to see if we can find common ground. As the deadline approaches, the question remains: is our partnership strong enough to survive? The answer will shape our economies and our lives for years to come. We'll know soon enough.